It's story time with Ms. Richardson.
Welcome. It's great to be back. Are you ready for another story? Today's story is called Gotta Go by Sam Swoop. The illustrator's name is Sue Riddle. Do you like insects? I do. Today's story is about a very special insect. I always like to look at the cover. It gives you clues and tips, remember, about what the story is going to be about. There's a caterpillar on the cover of this book, so I know it's going to be about a caterpillar. Let's find out. Gotta go. I'm going to get you to help me with this book a little later. And when it was time, out of the egg came a teeny tiny creepy crawly bug. She was all alone. The creepy crawly bug held up her head, looked out at the beautiful meadow and said, I don't know much, but I know what I know. I gotta go. I gotta go to Mexico. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger up just like this. When I put my finger up, we're all together going to say, I gotta go. I gotta go to Mexico. And she creepy crawled away just as fast as she could. But before she crawled away, look, there are holes in the leaves. Where did these holes come from? Do you think that this caterpillar is eating the leaves? If you're thinking that, you're right, because that's what caterpillars like to eat. She ate and she crawled and she crawled and she ate. She ate so much, she crawled right out of her skin. Are you ready? I gotta go to Mexico. When an insect loses its skin, it's called molting. And there's another animal that loses its skin. It hisses. Do you think it's a snake? If you thought that, you're right. Snakes molt too. They lose their skin, just like a caterpillar. And that's because they're eating more and they're getting bigger. Along the way, she met a grasshopper who said, Where are you going, you creepy crawly bug? Mexico! I gotta go to Mexico! Mexico, said the grasshopper. What on earth is Mexico? I have no idea, said the creepy crawly bug. But if Mexico is where I'm going, and it is, then Mexico will be wherever I get. And she creepy crawled away just as fast as she could. Next, she met an ant who said, Where are you going, you creepy crawly bug? Mexico. I got to go to Mexico. Mexico, said the ant. Never heard of it. How will you get to Mexico? I have no idea, said the creepy crawly bug. But if Mexico is where I'm going, and it is, then however I go, I will get there. And she creepy crawled away just as fast as she could. I know you've seen caterpillars. They're kind of slow, but they get to where they need to go. It just might take a little longer. After she had creepy crawled a very long time, the creepy crawly bug was still in the beautiful meadow, and Mexico was nowhere in sight. Oh my, she sighed. Knowing what you know is sometimes very hard. She was so tired, she couldn't creepy crawl another inch. So she made herself a bed, she tucked herself in tight and said, After a nice long rest, I'm sure I'll feel like a brand new creepy crawly bug. But something's going to happen to this caterpillar as she jumped up on a tree twig. What do you think's going to happen? For days she slept, and days hidden from the world. Her sleep was long and hard and very strange. She kind of made a casing around her, like a little cave or tent. It's called a chrysalis. She slept in the chrysalis, almost like hibernating. Can you say that word with me? Hibernating. When it was time, she woke. She woke and she found she was indeed a brand new creepy crawly bug. that caterpillar turned into a butterfly. Just like tadpoles turn into frogs. There's a word for that. It starts with an M. Metamorphosis. That's when one thing changes into something else. Just like a tadpole turning into a frog. Just like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And this butterfly is beautiful. She was a brand new creepy crawly bug with wings. They were orange and black and they were splendid. She lifted her head. She looked out at the beautiful meadow and said, "Are you ready? I gotta go, I gotta go. I gotta go to Mexico." And off she flew just as fast as she could. They're called monarch butterflies. Have you seen them here? I have. They're orange and black, just like the one in this book. Along the way, she met a bird who said, "Where are you going, creepy crawly bug with wings?" "Mexico, Mexico. I gotta go to Mexico." "Mexico is thousands of miles from here," said the bird. "A teeny tiny bug like you will never make it." But the creepy crawly bug said, "I am what I am, and I know what I know, and make it or not, I gotta go." Ready? I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go to Mexico. And off she flew just as fast as she could go. When butterflies fly for long distances, it's called migration, just like geese. When they fly south, it's called migration. And that's what this butterfly is doing. She flew over farms and highways and cities and towns, forests and rivers. Do you think it takes her a long time to get to Mexico? I do too. I think it does take a long time. For days she flew, and days all on her own, and only knowing what she knew. But still she flew, and still she cried, "Mexico, Mexico, I gotta go to Mexico." Her journey was long and hard and full of dangers. At last she came to a valley far below. She saw millions of bugs just like her. They covered the trees, changing the green to orange. She drifted down and joined them. All but one was fast asleep. "Hello," she said. "Hello," he said. "Welcome to Mexico." "I'm so glad to be here," she said. And she fell asleep. You'd probably fall asleep too if you had to make a journey that long. You'd be tired, just like her. Winter came, and the creepy crawly bug slept and slept. Remember what it's called when you sleep during the winter? When you sleep a very long time, like bears do? It's called hibernation. Can you say that word with me? Ready? Hibernation. That's a deep sleep. In spring, the sun woke them. "Good morning, good morning. Will you dance with me?" "Why, yes, thank you. I'd love to dance with you." Two by two, the creepy crawly bugs flew into the sky, and they danced, changing the blue to orange. All those beautiful monarch butterflies, and there were thousands of them. When the dance was done, the creepy crawly bug turned her head. She looked toward home and she said, "Are you ready? I gotta go, I gotta go." But she's not going to go to Mexico. She's going back home. Goodbye, goodbye. Again she flew. She flew over rivers and forests just like she did before. Towns and cities, highways and farms. For days she flew, and days all on her own, and only knowing what she knew. At last she came to a meadow. She fluttered for a while, looking for the one leaf that would do. And landing lightly on that leaf, she laid the first of many eggs. It was the reason for everything. do you know what happens to those eggs? They turn into caterpillars. And when it was time, out of the egg came a teeny tiny creepy crawly bug called a caterpillar. Isn't that a wonderful story? Isn't it amazing how a egg can turn into a caterpillar? And then the caterpillar eats a whole lot. And remember that word? It eats so much that it sheds its skin. It's called molting. And then it makes a case around itself, and that's called a chrysalis. And then it turns into a whole nother bug, a butterfly. And then the butterfly flies south. Can you help me? Gotta go, I gotta go. I gotta go to Mexico. So that butterfly migrates all the way to Mexico. That's a pretty neat story. And it's wonderful how nature works. I'm glad you were here to listen to this wonderful story. Join us again for our story time.